When you think of your dream home, do you think of oceanfront property? Maybe a castle in England somewhere? Maybe a nice cabin in the woods? The reality is, for a majority of Americans, currently their dream home is a simple 3-bedroom home in suburbia. The reason for this is that there's a very large portion of Americans that just simply haven't been afforded the opportunity to get their home.
So our economy has a problem. We've seen 12 years of steady economic growth, and that's put increasing pressure on potential new homeowners. You've seen issues like down payment, credit issues, and student loan debt.
And we're going to help solve it. My name is Dan Boerner. I'm the founder of Volta and an MBA candidate here at Regis, and these are my partners.
I'm Jerry Garcia. I'm the lending liaison. I work with American Mortgage Network, and I've been doing residential mortgage lending for 7.5 years.
I'm Shantel Boerner with Remax Momentum. I'm the real estate expert, and I have been in real estate for about 5 years. This is how we plan to fix this problem. We would like to get potential homeowners a certified credit repair plan. We have a strong network of successful partners. We've got a plethora of Remax realtors so far, 5 lending agencies, 501c3s. We want to create a budget and have accountability for our clients. Who we want to help are families who have never actually thought that they could buy a home, single parents who are looking to get their kids a bedroom, renters who want to correct past financial mistakes, people who were not afforded the financial education on how money works.
So our client experience will start with an intake application. From there, we'll move on to an in-person vetting interview, and then we'll have our accountability plan meeting. From there, we'll take that plan and we'll actually implement it, moving our clients toward their goal of home ownership. Our competition is a $3 billion industry. You'll see some big hitters in the credit repair industry, such as Sky Blue Credit Repair, My Credit Group, and Lexington Law.
How we're going to make money is we are going to take a service fee from the real estate agents themselves for helping to get their clients into a home by helping to improve their credit. The revenue growth will continue in phase 3 as we start purchasing properties. Our overhead is incredibly low, under $1,500 per year, and all of this is nationally scalable.
Back in June of 2019, Volta was just a dream. And once we got to November, I was fortunate enough to meet Ken Segendorf, who gave us the inspiration to turn this into a plan. In December, we pitched that plan and we made the finals for the Innovation Challenge. January through March, we started putting together our partnerships and our business model. March of 2020, Volta was then born and incorporated. June of 2020, we now have 50 YouTube subscribers, which is impressive on my end because we haven't even posted one single video yet. On Sunday, we're going to win the Innovation Challenge, and in August, we're going to start putting together our first plans for our first clients. Then January of 2025 is when we plan on starting our real estate portfolio. What this competition is going to mean for us is that first place is going to allow us to advance into phase 2 immediately, covering costs for drafting legal documents, getting certifications in credit repair, covering our insurance, as well as putting together software and initial marketing. So far, our journey has taken us through a variety of ups and downs. This includes on April 20th when I lost my job purely for taking part in this competition. May 5th, I went under contract for my new home that had been in the works for about 6 months. June 5th, we went under contract to sell my current home. Now we are currently living with my in-laws, my 4 children, 5 dogs, and our 2 lizards. We certainly understand what sacrifice means, and we understand what having a plan and then getting punched in the face and having to redo that plan all over again means. We will falter as we go through this journey, but we will certainly not fail. It means way too much to us and to our community. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Judges, 5 minutes for you guys. I'll start. You talked about scaling nationally, and I'm curious to know about your total available market and what that looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. So our total available market is basically anybody that has the income streams, but is having some sort of barrier that stopped them from previously buying a home. Sometimes that's education. Sometimes that might be defaulting on student loans, credit card debt, something to that effect. So the best part of this is that we are connected through RE/MAX, and RE/MAX is actually global. We're going to focus on national first. So it is scalable nationwide through our RE/MAX network.
Okay.
Hey guys, this is Derek. Is there something that differentiates your process relative to those competitors, or is it simply a function of it's a pretty vast marketplace and it's got capacity for additional participants like yourself?
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Derek. That's one thing we weren't really able to focus on through our presentation. So what really fully differentiates us is the way that we charge. So companies like Lexington Law and mycreditrepair.com, they all charge directly to the clients, which I think is kind of backwards when you have clients that are trying to work forwards with their financial goals and dreams. If we're charging directly to the clients, it's actually helps them take a step backwards rather than forwards. So rather than charging the clients, we're actually taking the service fee directly from the realtors as a referral fee, basically, or service fee.
As I understand it, really, I think this is very timely in terms of where you're heading with this. But this whole concept of debt and credit repair, is it merely through education? What steps are you going to take with those prospective homeowners? I'm a little unsure of exactly what interface you're going to have.
Yeah, so the single biggest challenge that we're going to face is going to be time. Unfortunately, this isn't something that can be completed overnight. However, with our model, we're also aware of our limitations. That's why there's a vetting process in the interview and in the intake way that we take on clients. And the one thing that we cannot solve for is income. If you don't have the income, we can't help you increase your income. We're not a job placement company. But what we realize is that there's a lot of people out there that have been kind of squeezed out of buying a home right now by this 12-year growth market and with wages not keeping pace with inflation. So I have a decent amount of clients right now that they have the income, they just don't have the credit to get there. And they may not have the inspiration for it because they don't necessarily have a goal-based approach currently.
And with that, there's a lot that goes into credit that most people are unaware of. And if you've got something that's been on your credit report for the past 7 years, sometimes by paying that off or making that current will actually make your credit score go down. And so in having those certifications and being able to educate people on what they need to pay and or how they need to work their finances in the future, because one of the biggest things that we have in my industry is that if we do a CHFA loan where there's assistance in that down payment, if they don't have the education to make those payments or what to do if they do become in distress, they oftentimes falter and they end up losing that home. The point in our company is having that accountability so that they're working towards this goal as well, so that once they get into the home, they can stay there long term rather than just making it for a couple years and then foreclosing.
Do you have proof of concept? Have you done 3 or 4 individuals that's moved them from a 500 credit rating to 600, for instance? Maybe it's yourself, Daniel, when you went through the process of trying to move that rather significant group of folks into your home.
We've moved our credit about 30 points in the last month.
Okay.
But we also went through something very similar on our first home purchase where we went and jumped about 80 credit points in a period of 8 months to buy our first home. And that's kind of what started us realizing that there is a need for this. And we do have a potential client list already built. We haven't signed any clients on yet, mainly because of the need for E&O insurance.
Jerry, do you have anything more on that?
Personally, when I'm working with clients to pre-qualify them to buy a home, a lot of times we can take some pretty significant steps very quickly. And this would help, uncover some of that. There are some clients who you can get, an additional 30, 40 points if they have the capital and the knowledge of exactly what they need to do. So it's possible to move somebody up in a matter of weeks sometimes. What this would focus on is, not only those clients, but getting more of the long-term people that usually we pass off to a credit repair company, and then it's just hoping that they get them there eventually and hoping that they send them back to you. I think having this network of real estate agents, lenders, and credit repair all in kind of a trinity, we get to kind of have more control over those clients and hold each party gets to hold the client accountable to the actions that they're trying to use to accomplish their goals.